Welcome back to King of the Ring. If you see a face that is very familiar, I think it's better if you introduce yourself. You can do a better job. You are?
I'm Charles Conwell, 2016 Olympian.
That's right. Of course, 2016 Olympian. Charles, you were a part of this very series, King of the Ring boxing series. I'm sure there are times that you replay, of course, my call of your fight. But what did this series do for you, and how did it help you for that Olympic run?
Well, King of the Ring is where I had my first open men's fight, so it started the whole thing off for me. I was a young kid, fighting 16, 17-year-olds. And once I got to King of the Ring, I started fighting grown men, so that elevated me up to a whole different level from fighting kids to grown men.
You know what, coming up, we've got Ronnie Ford, and of course, he's going to be taking on your man, Mr. Bonner, so that's going to be a good fight.
Yes.
But tell me about the future for you right now. You've turned pro, and how soon do you hope to have a fight right home in Cleveland, Ohio?
Man, I'm hoping as soon as possible. I would love to fight a fight in Cleveland, Ohio. This is where all my original fans come from, so to have a fight in front of my original fans, that means the world to me, to see all the support and all the love that they still giving me. So that's my #1 goal 2017.
All right, well, we know the 160-pound weight class is a weight class that you enjoy. CODY ORAHOSKE is going to be coming into the ring. He's a young man who's going to be taking on, of course, the young man he fought yesterday in the semifinals, but now he's fighting him in the finals. And that, of course, is Mr. Jimmy Bland. And Bland is a very talented fighter. But the one thing we know about Jimmy Bland is Jimmy Bland runs out of gas real fast.
Oh, yeah.
Why is that?
I really don't know, but I know he got a high punch rate, so maybe that's what makes him get so tired so fast. But he got a high punch rate, and he comes to fight.
Well, you're a guy with a high punch ratio. You can box, you can punch, you can do it all. And when you have all of that, how would you advise someone like Jimmy Bland to be patient in the ring?
Man, you just gotta wait for those open opportunities and those accurate shots. I know he wants to go in there and fight so bad, but sometimes you gotta be patient and just wait on those shots.
All right, Jimmy Bland, of course, in the 216, Cleveland, Ohio. Tell me about repping Cleveland and what it means. I mean, now you're in the list with Mickey Bay, Sean Porter, of course, Prentice, and some of the great young fighters who came before you, and now you're a 2016 Olympian. What was that experience like?
I mean, just carrying Cleveland on my back all over the world it's a world-renowned thing, and then Cleveland doing so good in 2016, and having an Olympian that same year, it was like a high point for Cleveland in 2016. So hopefully we keep that same energy and do it 2017, 2018, and so on, and so on. So I'm just waiting for more great things to happen for Cleveland.
You know, we interviewed a lot of fighters yesterday, just before the weigh-in, even outside the weigh-in. Of course, Jimmy was one of them, and so was Rosowski. Let's hear what those interviews look like, even the guys that are not even fighting now. Well, it's King of the Ring Boxing Series #6, and right here at Firebirds is going to be exciting. We've got some fighters who opponents haven't weighed in as of yet, but we want to bring them in anyway. Ladies, bring in the fighters because we want to bring them all in so you can meet with them, greet with them, and talk with them. Come on in, fighters. We're going to talk to you one by one, and of course, being escorted by our lovely ringside girls and Michelle. If you can get the other ones as well, we'll bring them over and we'll talk to them too. All right, first of all, let's find out exactly who we have, what weight division. Give us your name.
Jabril Hawkins.
Jabril Hawkins, and what weight class?
23.
123 pounds. How much is this meaning to you, Jabril?
I mean a lot to me.
Good enough. Who do we have next with us?
Rich Catalina.
Rich Catalina, from where?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Good enough. Rich, let's face it, this series is on TV. Like most amateur shows, it's not a TV audience. How big is this for you?
This is huge for me. I'm used to the main events. Like back home in Pittsburgh, I'm the main event every fight. So this is just part of the journey. And I'm in hostile territory tonight, so I know that. So I came here to do one job, and this is what amateur experience is about. Fight the best that you can. And so this is on the journey to becoming a pro. You got to fight the best amateur. So that's why I'm here.
You got some of the tough, talented fighters out of Pittsburgh. Obviously, historically, you think of the greatest one to come out of that city, and that's Ezra Charles. Everyone has talked to you about his greatness. And of course, you've had individuals at 140 pounds who may not always stay in the news for all the good reasons, but let's face it, Pittsburgh's got some good fighters.
Yeah, you know, that's my goal is coming from Pittsburgh. You know, right now we have a black eye in boxing. Someone's given us a bad name, you know, and my goal is to be a good role model for children growing up and just be a good model for everybody and give boxing a good eye back in Pittsburgh. So, and I try to carry on that tradition from everybody. You know, we have tough kids from Pittsburgh, so I want to be the next one.
What weight class we got you at?
152.
152. Look out, could be a welterweight. And the pros, huh? Can you get down to 52?
I'm gonna
47
go
in
to
the pros?
47. Yeah. After this, I'm gonna run Golden Gloves, make a run to nationals again, and then turn professional. So I'm looking to bring a world title back to Pittsburgh someday.
Sounds good. Sounds really, really good. Who do we have with us right here?
Armand Richard.
Armand Richards. Now, we know strangers. We know each other very well. Armand, we got you on camera, and we'll get to that interview a little bit later. But what can you tell me about your opponent, and how excited are you knowing that you are the main event?
I mean, I really don't know much about my opponent, but I'm sure he know much about me.
Weight class?
141.
141. See this man right here?
Y'all seen?
Y'all think y'all could do some duty? I mean, you know, it's only about 10-pound difference. I know you ain't afraid of him, right?
I'm a wrecking ball, man.
Good enough. Come on over, my man. And who do we have here with us?
Antoine Jones,
Antoine Jones, Ronnie Duncan, man. Nice to meet you for the first time. Where you from, Antoine?
Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio. Oh, man, you got a world champion up there in Toledo, Ohio. Mr. Easter, huh?
Yeah.
How well do you know him? Have you ever been in the ring with him, or have you ever met him? When you talk about Robert Easter Jr., one of the great fighters out there today. How has he inspired you?
I mean, having a world champion in your city just it adds to the fuel. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but as far as him inspiring me, not so much. You know, it's in me already. You know, but just him being there, that up the standards. You know, so.
Good enough. All right, well, we look forward to your fight. Let me bring, of course, Mr. Bland. How are you, my brother? 160-pounder from right here in Cleveland, Ohio. How important is this fight to you to not only get in the ring, but to do something special?
I mean, just to help the community, whatever. And I'm going to go out there and win and be the same dude that I fought yesterday.
You know, you and I talked off camera, and let's be honest about it. I said to you, you've got to work on your stamina.
Right.
You didn't shy away from it. You knew there was a problem.
Right.
How do we fix that 24 hours later in a championship fight?
I mean, I knew something was wrong, but I guess after this fight, I'm going to go back to the gym and just train again and train extra harder. And today, I'm ready this time.
You're ready this time, but the one thing you said, I need to pace myself better. Explain what that means, because you felt like by the mid-second part of the second round, you didn't have the gas that you normally have. What do you mean by pacing yourself better?
I mean, I'm going to stop being nervous and just chill out and just box.
Sounds good. All right, thanks a lot, man. We appreciate it. Let's bring on two more fighters that we have here that came in a little bit late. Man, you got a nice little shiner up there. Did somebody hit you already?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday. Who do we have with us?
I'm CODY ORAHOSKE, the Wolf. I'm fighting Bland today in the 160 division.
In the 160
round.
division.
Yeah.
You saw Blaine's fight yesterday, didn't you?
No, I fought him yesterday.
You fought him yesterday and you fight him again?
Yeah, we're fighting again today.
Let me ask you this. I said to him in reference to that fight that he was getting tired. Did you not capitalize on an opportunity? As we look back at that fight?
Well, me and my coach talked about it. We thought we started slow to start off, and then when I finally started to pick up the pace, he started to fold. But today we are coming in with a different strategy, and, you know, we'll see how the cards play out.
All right, ORAHOSKE?
ORAHOSKE.
ORAHOSKE. Yeah. ORAHOSKE. I'll get it right. I promise you. Especially tonight.
Cool.
Good enough. Let me bring you over. Who do we have with us?
Eugene Mercer.
Eugene Mercer, and I'd imagine at your size, you weigh what?
175.
175 pounds. Where you from?
Cleveland, right here.
Cleveland, Ohio. How are you late to the weigh-in? You from Cleveland, Ohio?
To be truthful, I didn't know we had media obligations today.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
But
Tell me.
I'm usually always punctual, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, as long as you punctual in the ring, that's the most important thing. Tell me how important this is to you to be a part not only of this series, but knowing that it's on television, and you've got something to have a memory for the lifetime.
Yeah, you know, the main thing is getting out, following dreams, setting goals, and accomplishing them. This is all part of it, playing into it, to fight here in the great city, and on TV, just make it a little bit extra special.
All right, sounds good. Once again, let's give all of our fighters a round of applause. These are the young men who will be the king of the ring. Somebody's walking out of here with a championship belt. We'll find out in just a few moments. All right, you know, those were some fun interviews. Now let's go up to our ring announcer, Paul Schill, as we get ready for ORAHOSKE and Jimmy Bland. CODY ORAHOSKE. And, of course, Paul is ready.
Okay, boxing fans, here we go. Our next bout of the evening is in the 165-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He represents the old school boxing club. He is CODY ORAHOSKE. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He represents the Inner City Boxing Club from Cleveland. He is Jimmy Bland.
Well, there you have it, Jimmy Bland and CODY ORAHOSKE. I can tell you right now, yesterday when this fight took place, Jimmy Bland got off to a great start. But then in the second round, when he had an opportunity to put ORAHOSKE away, ORAHOSKE started coming on. By the third round, Jimmy, even at his own admission, started running out of gas. He can't afford to do that. Tell the listeners and the viewers out there how important it is sometimes to fight someone again that you may have lost to, but once you know what some of your mistakes are, what you need to do, and how important it is for these amateurs to get off fast.
Oh yeah, man, amateur boxing is real fast, so it's like a real big thing to come out to a fast start, come out with sharp, good punches. So, but they fought before, so I know he knows what Jimmy has, and I know Jimmy knows what he has. So they both made adjustments, and they hope it's gonna be even better fight today.
ORAHOSKE said the one thing he wants to work on is the body punch. He had some really nice body shots onto Jimmy, and Jimmy, of course, tremendous punch volume, and that's something that's impressive when you can see what he does in the ring. That stick is pretty impressive. And you've got that kind of size and leverage, and let's face it, you're a smaller guy. Sometimes you got that kind of size and leverage that Jimmy has. That's God-given, and you can truly take advantage of it if you know how to use it properly.
Right, man. I fought some tall guys. It was hard to get into, so I know what both fighters are coming from. And they just got to go in there and just do what they do best.
Jimmy seems to be more determined today than he was yesterday in the semifinals. Now, see that? That was 4 straight punches and combinations, but they were straight punches.
Right.
And as an amateur fighter, you're taught so often by your coaches, by your managers, by your trainers to make sure you punch straight.
Right. I mean, straight punching is a real big thing. I think straight punches are sometimes better than loopy punches.
The one thing about ORAHOSKE, if he had a little bit more speed, he would really create some serious problems right now for Jimmy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Round number 1 of our 160-pound weight class fight. King of the ring, Ronnie Duncan with Charles, the Magnificent One. You were the youngest individual at the gold medal race for the middleweight division. You had to know that win, lose, or draw, you were doing something a lot of young men your age had never done.
Yeah, man. I was just trying to give every young person out there hope. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Just all no matter how hard you work.
Once again, those hard punches that time, ORAHOSKE are starting to show, and you can tell. Jimmy has to be careful because this kid, even though he's smaller, he is still big when it comes to punches. His punches may not be strong, but they're clubbing. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah, I agree, man. Jimmy's coming with some good strong punches right now. But guys still motivated coming forward.
That body shot right there, a lot of people don't see it. But you can tell that can take the win out of him. That's noticed. Did you notice that hook?
Yeah. And those body shots, like you said, Jimmy gets faster, and those body shots, they're going to add it up after a while, and it's going to be, maybe the tables will turn.
Well, the one thing he's done is that he's added the up jab. Nice body shot that time with the left hook to the body of Jimmy Bland by ORAHOSKE. ORAHOSKE continues to bring it forward. He's missing, but I'm telling you, that kind of pressure 3 rounds in a row will tire any man. That's the round for the end of round number 1. How do you see it, Charles?
Oh, man, it was a pretty good round, but I think I'll get that round to Jimmy Bland.
You got to give it to Jimmy Bland.
Yeah.
Jimmy took the early part of the round, and he was the most consistent. When we look back at that round, was the one reason Jimmy won that round was that period when you and I were sitting here, and Jimmy threw about 8 punches straight, right down the pipe, bam, bam, bam. Even as he was moving, that lateral movement showed me a lot.
Right.
Let's take a look at some of the action in slow motion. And as you can see Jimmy landing, those are 2 punches unanswered. There's the jab, sticking it out there. And sometimes that jab doesn't have to hit you, but that jab can disturb you. Talk about when a jab disturbs you and you don't know where that second punch is coming from.
Oh, yeah, man, it breaks your rhythm. The jab breaks your rhythm. So if a guy keeps jabbing or you keep keeping you on the outside, it's going to be hard for you to get inside because he's constantly jabbing,
Jimmy Bland there in round number 1.
Sponsors Terry Macklin in the house tonight. Him and his wife Sharon. Hey, Terry and Sharon.
But he's got to worry and be on the aware of that body shot by that young man, ORAHOSKE. CODY ORAHOSKE, Jimmy Bland, 160 pounds. Man in the middle of the ring, Jeff Pinckney. What do you think of Jeff Pinckney as a referee? He's one of the best out
Oh,
there.
yeah, man. He's a real cool guy, man. Always shows me much love every time I see him.
Toughest fight you ever had?
Oh, I don't know, man.
I don't think it was your Olympic fight.
I don't think so
your
either.
Olympic fight, you didn't get credit for some of the dirty work you did in that fight. You know that,
Yeah,
don't you?
I don't think so either. Dude was a good fighter, though.
How would you grade Jimmy fighting backwards?
Jimmy has a good lateral movement. And you can constantly hear his coach screaming, keep turning. So you can hear that they work on that a lot, all that lateral movement. So.
Now here's a question I hope you're not uncomfortable with me asking. You come in not as a made fighter. You learn the skill. I mean, there are some people who have been little brothers, big brothers to you in the amateur ranks. Are you going to change anything as a pro? Is your training going to change or trainer going to change?
Nah, I mean, my training's going to change. I'm going to train way harder than I always train hard, but I'm going to try to take it to the next level, to a new level every time I do go into something bigger, something better. I got to change your training. But as far as trainers, I would like to keep the same trainers or maybe add a couple new trainers if they fit into my regimen or what I'm doing. So.
Who are you looking at?
Not anybody really, like, I'm not really looking at nobody. I'm just trying to see what fits my style, what suits my style. I'm not really looking at nobody. I'm just working out.
Let me ask you this. Don't you want someone, even though they may have a stable of fighters, but they're going to give you the attention and love that you desire? And what I'm saying is that there are a lot of trainers out here who have a bunch of fighters.
Right.
Okay, I mean, there's the Charlo brothers, there's some of the other individuals that Ronnie Shields has. Then, of course, you talk about McGurk. He has a slew of fighters. Floyd Mayweather Sr., he has a slew of fighters. And then, of course, you have some of the young up-and-coming trainers who may not be as well established, like, say, for instance, Sugar Hill in Detroit, Michigan, who has done an outstanding job with, obviously, Andre and Anthony Durrell. What do you see yourself doing? Are you looking for someone who can spend more time with Charles Conwell and can make you a better fighter?
I mean, as well as me, I'm trying to take my team with me. I'm trying to grow as a team, not just myself. I'm looking for my whole team to grow. As we grow together, as I grow, they grow. As they grow, I grow. So I'm not looking to leave no one behind that's been working with me, starting me from the bottom. But if there's somebody who can elevate my game, I will like to implement them in my training. So I'm open to anything.
All right, let's get back to round number 2. People are wondering what is going on here. It has all been Jimmy Bland, and it's been the combination of punches. I mean, he continues to punch in bunches, and they're straight punches, and it seems like ORAHOSKE can't get out of the way of them.
Man, I mean, Jimmy's doing a slew of punches at one time. ORAHOSKE's still coming on strong with the pressure, though. He's a game fighter.
He's a game fighter, and one thing Jimmy has to worry about is whether or not fatigue is going to play an issue here in round number 3. If you notice, Jimmy very well may have won that round, but his punches were not as straight, and now they're starting to get sloppy. And when fatigue is an issue, talk about the mental warfare that one has when you're in a situation and you know you're tired, but you can't give in to the fact that you're tired.
Right. It's like when you're tired, when you're out of shape, is you see shots you can throw, but you can't throw them. And that's like the worst feeling in the world. So hopefully Jimmy can keep up with the same pace. Or if not, I know his opponent's going to come out even harder and even harder.
Now, have you ever been in the ring with either one of these individuals?
Yeah, I moved around with Jimmy a couple times. Not too many times, though.
So is Cleveland going to be the home, or are you going to take it on the road?
Oh, yeah, Cleveland. I would love to Cleveland be the home, but I'm just looking for the best of my career. I'm always trying to bring everything back to Cleveland. This is where it all started. Why not keep it here?
We just saw, of course, some slow-mo action in round number 2. This is the third and final round. ORAHOSKE came strong with the left hand, straight left hand right down the pike. ORAHOSKE's trying to come up with that hook. He's trying to roll and come up with the left hook. and Jimmy won't allow him to do it. And it's been the valiant punches. Jimmy's trying to prove me wrong. He's like, Ronnie, I do have stamina, and I've got plenty of dog in me, and in order for this young man to beat me, he's going to have to beat me. And he's proven me right. He's going to have to beat Jimmy Bland, because Jimmy Bland, despite the fact his punches don't have as much on him as they once did, he's ready to fight.
Come on, strong style, strong style. What's your name in there?
You know, Jimmy said nerves also plays a role in the mere fact that he shows a little fatigue from time to time. But you would think, and I think he's showing it, he's a little more relaxed. Nice body shot that time by Jimmy Bland. Jimmy Bland in the camouflage, ORAHOSKE in the red and white. ORAHOSKE throwing some powerful shots, but Jimmy continues. You said something that was so important in reference to Jimmy. You said, Ronnie, he's a high-volume puncher, and he's always going. Can you keep it up in the pros like that?
Ooh, that's going to be a battle of his conditioning and his conditioning and his win. So, but I don't think he really can do that for 12 rounds. So, it's going to be a matter of probably more spurts at that moment.
You know, you talk about Willie Nelson, who's a tall 6'2", middleweight. Sometimes it can be a blessing being that tall, but in the middleweight division, it can also be a curse. Explain.
I mean, there are some tall guys who fight small, short. Like they fight like the short guys, so, and that's not a good thing. And in this division, even just like the heavyweight division, one shot can take you out, man. So you gotta fight your fight and fight with the gifts that God gave you.
This has been a very talented fight here, and even though we have not been commenting as much on this fight, it is quite evident that CODY is not coming in here just as a stiff. CODY came in here to fight.
CODY came here to win. He came here to fight. He's giving it all he's got in this fight.
Bland just missing with that right hand. Prior to you joining us at ringside, you got a chance to see James Evans. I can tell you with my years of experience of covering boxing, I was impressed with that young man. What about you?
Oh yeah, James Evans. I know James Evans personally. He's a real cool dude. So, and I know how hard he's been working in the gym and how much experience and where he came from where he first started 3 years now. He's showing a lot of improvement and he's looking good. And I know he's one of the big heavyweight futures of boxing.
Would it surprise you with his growth and maturity in boxing that we see him on the national amateur stage in championship bouts?
Oh yeah, man. I know you're gonna see more James Evans. I heard he's been doing good, going to national tournaments, placing semifinals, finals, and stuff like that. So James Evans is going to be a force to be reckoned with one day, real soon.
Welcome TV20 for doing an excellent job
videotaping
the whole show.
We have been, of course, working this, and that young man right there that you see on the screen,
and no show would be a great show without a great
with the proper conditioning and turning over straighter punches and just learning to turn over his punches, he could become extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
One of the things is that he never has his legs totally under him when he's fighting.
Brother Paul up in the house with the tuxedo on, my man.
I tell you what, that little short right hand by CODY could get some things done every now and then, but in my opinion, he just didn't do enough of it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll find out as the judges come, tabulate their scores, 3 different angles as to who won this fight and to why, but it is quite evident that for the second night in a row, CODY ORAHOSKE and Jimmy Bland put on a show, and Jimmy is complaining, hey, I am the winner. We'll find out. Paul Schill, of course, is getting the scores from the side, and once Paul knows, we'll tell you who is the winner of this competition. Let's go up to Paul to find out who is.
Boxing fans, please put your hands together for these 2 outstanding athletes. Boxing fans, after 3 action-packed rounds, your winner fights out of the red corner, CODY ORAHOSKE.
Well, there it is. course, CODY ORAHOSKE won the fight, and he was more aggressive. And this was a situation where just 24 hours ago, he was able to beat Jimmy Bland. And yet he comes and he gets the championship. And I don't think Jimmy likes that decision whatsoever. Do you see reasons why Jimmy would be upset with a decision like that?
Oh, yeah, man. He kept a high work rate the whole time, but CODY ORAHOSKE was coming with big shots. So, I don't know, judges may be seeing something different than we've seen.
Well, of course, that's our championship bout, and it was a good one. I'm Ronnie Duncan, along with Charles Conwell, and we'll come right back with much more of the King of the Ring Boxing Series, number 6, in Cleveland, Ohio, on TV 20, because we are Cleveland.
The Northeast Ohio Regional Fusion Center and law enforcement agencies from across Cuyahoga, Lake, Geauga, Ashtabula, and Lorain counties have launched iWatch, a free and anonymous way to directly report suspicious activity, tips, and leads. It's a free app you can get right on your smartphone. This app is not a replacement for calling 911 in an emergency, but this app is a crime-fighting tool. Go to iWatchNEOhio.com to find out more information on how to download this free app. A tip you give could very well save a life.
All right, we're getting ready for more King of the Ring boxing series here in Cleveland, Ohio. And we got Ronnie Ford is going to be taking on a young man that he knows extremely well, Marcel Bonner. And these are two guys fighting at 141 pounds. And I'm going to tell you, when you got bloodlines like Ford, and Desi Ford is your relative, you better come fighting, because everybody's already talking about your blood. Your blood was this, your uncle did this, your uncle did that. How much pressure can that be on a fighter?
I never really had to deal with it like that, but I heard that's a lot of pressure to fill someone else's shoes. That's that big, so hopefully he lives up to that dream or the shoes that people expect him to fill in.
Well, the word confidence is not short when it comes to Mr. Bonner. Bonner wants this fight, and he wanted this fight in the worst way. You know, I asked him who was he fighting. He said, if I'm fighting Ford, that's what it's all about. And he's ready to get in here with his white T-shirt and his wife beater on. He says, you know what? I may not look like the fighter that everybody else is, but I'm not worried about all the pretty stuff. I want to get in there and scrap it out. And I think anytime you have that kind of attitude, I think that's a positive attitude. That's good. Ronnie Ford comes out of the Common Ground Boxing Club out of Alliance, Ohio. He'll be taking on Marcel Bonner. Bonner, of course, comes out of the Bob Davis Boxing Club in Cleveland, Ohio. And, of course, Paul Schill is our ring announcer. Let's go, Paul. Tell us who we got.
And here we are, boxing fans. Our next bout of the evening is in the 141-pound division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, representing the Common Ground Boxing Club, he is Ronnie Ford. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he represents the Bob Davis Boxing Club from Cleveland, Ohio, Marcel Bonner.
Marcel Bonner. Got a chance to talk to Marcel yesterday, just before the fight, and talked, of course, at the weigh-in to Ronnie. They were ready. What will it mean to you tomorrow to put that championship belt around your waist, and how important is it that you get that championship?
It means a lot, man. I got a lot of doubters. They don't think I can do it, but I'm here now. I got to win.
Talk to me about being in the gym,